This is going to be a small tutorial on how to set up shared drives between Mac and PC. I've recently purchased a Mac and would like to be able to access my server drive on my Windows PC machine. What we're going to do is start out with step number one is open up my computer or computer on Vista. Windows XP basically follows the same rules. There's slightly different wording, but it's the same basic steps you need to take in order to set this up. Okay, let's go ahead and get a computer open, or my computer. This particular machine, I have 4 hard drives. I already have this set up with my external drive. I have 3 internal drives, 1 external. The rules are the same for external drives and internal drives. What I'm going to do today, though, is set up my local disk D. I'm going to go ahead and right-click on it, and I'm going to have an option here that says Share. Now, in Windows XP, it says Sharing and Security, I believe, but you want to go ahead and click on that. Get it open, and you're going to have a dialog box going here. I only have one option in Vista. Windows XP, you don't have some of the security settings. You can go right into Sharing and Security. You want to go ahead and click that button. Windows Vista, I have to do it a little bit different. But now I have the option to set up the share. What I'm going to do here is check share this folder. I'm going to name it. Now this name is just going to be seen across the network. It doesn't change my actual local disk D name. This is just what people are going to see when they access the drive. I'm going to go ahead and change my permissions here to allow everybody to have full control, change, and read. You can set this up however you want. You can add a particular group or user names. In particular, that will be your login name. You can add your login name here and just allow yourself to read, write, and change, have full control of the drive across the network. So you can set that up however you want. You'll probably have to do a little bit of reading to understand user groups and permissions. But basically from the get-go, if it's just going to be yourself accessing it, you want to go ahead and check mark all of these boxes here. Hit apply, hit OK, and we're going to hit apply here and OK. And now you can go ahead and close this dialog box as well. And now you're going to see the icon has slightly changed. It used to look similar to this, and now it has our shared network icon there. In Windows XP, you will have a hand underneath the drive. That represents that the drive has been successfully shared. So this basically concludes, that's really it. The firewall in the router and on your computer it's never affected being able to share drives across your network. Basically by default, everything's set up to let these changes go through. So now what we're going to do is pick up on the Mac side and show you how to access the drive from the Mac side. Okay, we are over on the Mac side. I'm going to show you how to connect to the drive that we shared on our Windows machine. It's pretty easy. All you need to do is go up to Go and hit Connect to Server, or you can use the keyboard shortcut, which is Command K. Go ahead and hit that. Once you open this, the first time you use it, everything will be blank. I have a couple of different favorite servers added in here, which you can do by using the plus symbol here. That will allow you to add a favorite to your list here. But what you want to type in is it's gonna be smb:// and the IP address of the computer you're trying to connect to. Once you type that in, go ahead and hit connect. It's going to bring up your login information, so go ahead and put in your password. And hit OK. And it also brings up another dialog box here that basically these are all the different folders and drives I have shared on my computer. The one we made earlier today in the video was called D Master. Now this is the D drive, local D drive on my Windows machine, but if you remember earlier when I stated putting in a share name is the name that the other computers will see. They don't know that this is my local D drive. I could have called it my Z drive, and that's what it would show up as on the network. But here's the D master that we made earlier. I'm going to hit OK, and voila, it pops up the D drive. And I can drag files in here. I can copy files out of it. I had set up the permissions to allow for read and write, so you can basically use this as a separate hard drive on your Mac to share files between both computers and so on. It also puts an icon on your desktop, so if you happen to close this, you're kind of connected to it like it was a portable hard drive. As you can see here, it gives you the options to eject the drive or open, and voila. So you're kind of permanently connected to it until you shut the server down, or if you take your laptop to work or something like that, you won't have access to that drive anymore. That's as easy as it is. I'm going to add an ending tutorial that shows you how to find out what the IP address of your server or Windows PC machine is. Okay, this is going to be a ending tutorial on how to establish what your IP address on your Windows PC machine is, and this is universal across Windows 98 on up to Windows 7. So it works on XP, it works on Vista, it works on Windows 7, and it's fairly simple to do. But what you want to do is go into your start bar here. Of course, this is in my recent list, but the easiest way to get to the command prompt is all programs, and it's going to be under accessories, and then you will see command prompt. Go ahead and open that up, and it's real easy. You just type in ipconfig, and it's CONFIG, and it pulls up a bunch of different information. Now, sometimes if you don't have this, window stretched out and whatnot, you will have to scroll back up to the top. But it gives right here my IP address, which is 192.168.1.5. It gives my subnet mask, and it gives my default gateway, which is going to be my router. So it's probably the easiest way to find out what your IP address is, and you can use this later on when you're on your Mac machine and you need to type in the address bar, to connect to the Windows machine. You're always going to need to know what your IP address is. Now, this will primarily stay the same unless you have a power outage in the house. You have to reset your router, or so on. So your IP address on your local machines does not change very often. But if it does, or you notice you can't connect to your server drives anymore, you need to come in, get the command prompt open, type in ipconfig, and check to make sure that your IP address is not changed.